Hi everyone, hope you're well. I'm Cheryl Temple. Welcome back to Stitchy Bee. Okay, this week we're going to talk about interfacing, but before I do, I'll show you what I'm wearing. I know you've seen this top before if you've seen my other vlogs. It's a real favourite. It's the New Look 6217. I made it out of this lovely Mousse, which is a kind of really drapey, kind of washed satin style of fabric. I'm going to get it in the shop one day when I can find a good supplier, because it's, regardless of it being satiny, you'd think that you've got to be a bit delicate with it. It's great. I've washed and washed this and it still looks lovely. The colours are still bright and it never shrinks. So yeah, it's a good fabric to sew with. So I'm taking part in Me Made May as well. I'm not going to post every day because I don't want to post everything that I've posted before all the time. So I'm trying to do a few new things after this one, although I did wear this today. So yeah, okay. Also on the stand is, I'm halfway through sewing myself a Susie blouse from a holiday, and you know, it's like you get these ideas like the day before you go and think, yeah, I'll just sew up a quick top, and then you think it takes much longer than you think. But there you go, I'm nearly done with it. But the reason I made this as well is to show you that this actually uses interfacing on the collar. And I find this collar particularly tricky. The whole pattern looks really simple, and it is simple until you attach the collar. And I've reviewed this pattern before, so I won't go into all the details. I'll pop a link to where I talked about it last year in the description below. So how it works is this collar has got a bottom and under collar which is interfaced, and the pattern recommends that you use iron-on interfacing, and then the top part of the collar is just the self fabric, and then on the inside you can use a different colour fabric or a different style, but there's a facing piece as well, and that's also interfaced. So it gets really confusing with interfacing and facing. When I was new to sewing, I used to get those mixed up all the time. It's easily done. So just keep an eye out for the difference if you're new to reading patterns. So I wanted this collar to sit really flat, because when you first start putting this together, you think, oh my goodness, it's never going to sit flat in a million years. And there's a temptation to iron it to death. And in the beginning I used to do that, trying to press everything so well to make my life easier with the sewing, but it does take some of the shine off your finish, I think. Not literally, but it makes it look a little bit, you know, you don't want it to look too flat, so take care when you're pressing. So the fabrics that I've used before for interfacing there's a real danger of when you iron it, either the first time you make it or after you've washed it every week, it can go lumpy. And I don't know if that's just me, but I've noticed some of my other tops like this with a collar on have got a little bit, they look like they've got cellulite. They're kind of a little bit bumpy in texture, and that's where the interfacing's melting a bit on the inside. So some of the cheaper interfacings can do that. So a lot of them are like kind of papery feel. They're fusible, so you iron them on. So I've been on the lookout for a different type of interfacing to make the finish look better, and one that will survive lots of washing, because I get lots of wear out of my handmade clothes. So this is my favourite one. Now this is a medium weight interfacing, and it's fusible, which means that on one side you can feel the glue. It's got tiny little glue dots, if you like, and then that's ironed onto the fabric. And the reason I like this is it's a woven interfacing, so it gets quite complicated. There are loads, you can get really into it, but you can get stretch interfacings and woven interfacings, and some are sewn in interfacings, and some are iron on or fusible. So this is a fusible, medium weight, woven interfacing. There, I've got it right, I think. And it's the one I discovered when I made the Chloe coat from the Sew Over It class. They recommended to use this, and other sites call it tailoring interfacing, or but this is a medium weight interfacing, and it's beautiful. So it behaves like the fabric that you're using. So I've even tried this on a very sheer white linen, a really sheer one, and it's ivory, as you can see, and it still stayed invisible on that. It didn't ruin the effect. It didn't look too white underneath it as well, so you have to bear that in mind. So I'm really impressed by it. So I've bought some for the shop, and I'll pop a link below if you need any. But yeah, it's been really great, and I recommend it for projects like this. And this needs another little press, and I've got to put the sleeves on yet. This is made in the Lady McElroy fabric, by the way, if you wanted to know. I've still got some left if you want some. And it's really been quite good. It does need another press, but another tip for this colour, after you put the interfacing in and you understitch it as per the instructions, I added an extra step, which is I actually stitched it down because this print's quite busy and it's a dark fabric and my thread matches perfectly. It's just a navy thread. I stitched down the facing piece so that it won't flap about. I know I've said in other videos that I hate flappy facings, and when you wash them and if they've been through the dryer, they come out and they're a little bit, difficult to press, and I didn't want that hassle every time I wash this. So that little extra step to put a line of stitching all the way round has helped. And also, another little cheat, I've sewn on my little label, which has actually, I've not gone through to that part, but I have gone through underneath the collar. So that's hidden underneath the back, the extra stitching, but it has helped keep that down again. So I was quite pleased with that little step. It's just helped to anchor it in place. And if you want any of these labels, I discovered these. They were recommended on the Fold Line Facebook group. There's so much good advice on there. I really recommend it if you like joining sewing groups and sewing chat. It's lovely to see what everyone else talks about and makes. So these are from BADgal labels, and you can choose, it's a little bit bright there, let me turn the light down for you. You can choose the different designs, and you can choose like a different motif. You could have a little sewing machine on there. They're not quite easy to find on their website if you just go to their homepage, so I'll find the link for you and pop it underneath. But I liked them, and they were quite good value as well. These were under £20. I can't remember how many I ordered, but there's loads in there, aren't there? That'll keep me going forever. Beyond life expectancy, as they say. It does make me laugh that lots of people say that they've got more fabric in their stash, and it's something like beyond life expectancy. So if they sewed every day for the rest of their life, they'd still not get through, and mine's a bit like that as well. Anyway, thanks a lot for watching this week. It was a real quickie. I'm not around next week because I'm away. So when I come back, I'm going to show you my whole new fabric stash. I'm hoping loads more is going to arrive while I'm away. I'm going to pop it online for you and go through each one. I've got some amazing winter boucle. I know we're going into summer, but I'm trying to get a little bit more organised for you so that my stock levels are good for you when you want to come and make your winter coats and things like that. So that's just a couple of things that have arrived today. So I can't wait to get stuck into that. Anyway, have a lovely week. Go and have a peep at Me Made May. Even if you're not taking part, you can search for the hashtag, which is hashtag MMMay18, or there are different versions of it. I always forget, so I usually put them all. So I'll pop them below if you want to have a nosy on Instagram. It's quite interesting what everybody's wearing. Anyway, have a great couple of weeks, and I'll see you when I get back on the Wednesday. You take care. Bye for now.